What's going on, guys? Dude, Clutch, this is going to be exciting. We got No Ego versus Alpha Dog 2. Really, I mean, they're even teams. This is going to be probably the best matchup, I would say, in winner's bracket round 1. Mimsy, Biittersweet, Mike Fathom, and Redemption on No Ego. And then on Alpha Dog, we got Vulcan, Nick Vegas, Barricade, and Will Mannon. So what do you think about these players? Biittersweet, she's one of the best female players in the game. So I'm excited to watch this.
Yeah, she's been one of the best female players in the game, so it's definitely an opportunity to give her a little bit of a platform and showcase what she's got. I know she's put in a lot of hard work, especially throughout probably the past 5 years of Halo 5, so it's exciting to finally get that on stream, get that out to the viewers early on. And like you said, it's not very often we find very close matchups in winners bracket round 1, because typically it's like the 1 seed and the 64th seed or whatever it might be, right? So right. Hopefully we have a highly contested match, some close games, and kick this tournament off right.
Yeah, I mean, Biittersweet, she won King of the Nerds. It was a game show, and she ended up on some talk shows as well. So I'm really excited to kind of highlight her, but obviously she's got the team around her. Honestly, let's go to, let's do some predictions real quick right off the bat. We don't know too much about these teams. I haven't watched either of these teams play too much, but what do you think? I'm gonna say we go to a game 5, just because I kind of want to manifest something. I want to manifest the game 5. It'd be great to see a game 5 in winners bracket round 1. I mean, so I'm gonna say game 5, and I'm going to say No Ego takes that.
I'll take the other side of it. I'll take Alpha Dog, because I think these two teams are pretty even. I think it's fun for us to have the opposite sides, but I think everybody here is rooting for a game 5.
Awesome. Well, speaking of 5 games, we have the series layout here. It's going to be Truth CTF for game 1, and of course, Truth is definitely going to be a map you see many iterations of. I hope to see one in Infinite as well, but it's just such a great map. I'm excited to jump into this. We're hopping off. This is going to be the camo. The first play here is the camo. Who's going to take control of that? I think that'll really kind of set off the control of the map, and possibly even that first flag cap if it's utilized correctly. So Clutch, take us into this game. I'm excited. Let's kick this off.
Absolutely. I think one of the most exciting things about starting on Truth is that there's no power weapons. So you get an opportunity to get your pistol warmed up. We're going to see if Mike Fathom here on screen has that opportunity to get his shot warmed up. Get a couple crisp shots, jumps up into the car window, finds an easy kill from his teammates. A 2-on-2 now. Both teams losing 2 of their members at the start, and that's a win for No Ego right there. As they get control of pink, as you see on Mike Fathom's screen, they are going to have to deal with this player behind them. Are they going to check the nade? Is going to give it away. He's got camo, but Biittersweet's on the trail.
Oh, what's so good eyes by Biittersweet. He's going to get a couple shots there. Chris doing a good job. That's Vulcan staying alive here in the bottom base. The value of this camo is very important. Like I said, it completely turns the tide here. He decides to escape out front base. This is going to allow him to play his life longer, and now comes back in when he has some support. They're going to get some kills there and a great control of their base, and now potentially push out after this kill under Redemption.
Yeah, phenomenal job by Vulcan here to stay alive front the base, like you said, bide some time for his teammates to get across the map, and now they're running this flag pink. They are going to have to deal with this one player, pink 1, but the flag carrier drops it, and that's Nick Vegas. He gets the kill himself. They hop the return. Is Biittersweet going to be able to get this return, though? And the answer is yes. The return comes in, and a clutch return from Biittersweet keeps this game tied at 0-0.
And Clutch, I think that was a big part of the overextension of that play, right? They tried to pull the flag without getting slays, and it allowed Biittersweet to get that return and possibly control a P2 as well. That's going to be a big blunder. You got to kind of play back a little bit and get some slays first, and they just kind of tried to force that flag in, and that's not always the play.
No, not at all. And you also want to come back with the flag. Notice how a couple of people on Alpha Dog were still in No Ego's base while that flag was being returned inside their base. Come back with the flag, guys. You need to help your carrier. He was able to get 1, but 1 wasn't enough for that flag run. And now we're seeing No Ego with a little bit of control themselves, starting to get the first flag run on their board.
Yeah, Redemption has to stay alive here. The flag is out, but camo is coming up here, so he's going to get that kill on the barricade. That's going to be a ginormous kill. He's on a killing spree right now, but he's got to take care of this camo player. That's Vulcan. He gets the burn. That's going to be huge, and he gets the flag towards the 50% mark. Great plays there out of No Ego.
Yeah, they're gonna have to slay out still here. And perfect shots from Biittersweet is exactly what the doctor ordered for No Ego to get a touch on this flag. There's another player bottom middle. She spots that out, gets that kill. That's 3 dead for Alpha Dog. That's gonna be the first flag as soon as they can get this return. Flag is out bottom middle, and there is a player car trying to contest, but it's no go for Alpha Dog. That's the first cat. No Ego takes the lead.
It's kind of an interesting thing about Halo 5, the fact that you can have the flag in hand and be able to shoot as well. Mimsy did a good job of that in the attic, got some shots to help his team, and then he put the flag in. Now, Redemption and all of No Ego have top center control in P2, and you see Alpha Dog stuck at their base. Unfortunately, Redemption goes down there, but you're going to see Mike Fathom take his position, and now he's going to push in on this red base. They're going to try to go for another cap here.
It'll be interesting to see where they spawn. They end up spawning car here. Mike Fathom wisely backs up. Gonna have this car one flank. Are they gonna expect him to be here? The answer is no. He gets great shots onto a player top middle, but nobody able to finish that kill just as of yet. And because of it, they're able to hop the return. Mike Fathom in a 1v3 right now. Ends up turning one, but that could have been another potential for No Ego to extend this lead 2-0.
Yeah, I think that was a big part, I think, with Mike Fathom not cutting angles there. He was car 1, and he had 3 players that had vision on him. At that point, you got to try to cut angles and just focus on the one player, cut angles for from the other players. We see Will Mannon on your screen. He's going to go down. Vulcan's going to take P2 control. He has to stay alive here. He's got 2 players pushing him. Great nade there by his teammate. He gets down 1. The other player is weak as well. Great job playing his life as long as he could, but he's going to lose P2 control. And now Will Manning, he's got to stay in his base and play his life and play defense on this flag.
Yeah, Will's going to be the last guy alive here because No Ego all inside of his base right now. Biittersweet ends up catching a 5 to the face, car 1. And that's a good job by Will to just anchor, buy some time for your teammates to spawn up in car, and let's see if they can stop this flag right now.
Redemption pulling it out here, staying alive. He's got a player down below base. That's Will Manning. He did a good job. He dropped down the bottom of the base. Now he's able to get this flag return. He's going to push towards that. Nice shots on Mike Fathom. That top center player is going to cause havoc. He took him out promptly there. Now pushing P2, granting control of this. And now they're just going to continue to add pressure here. Possibly get some players on car. But you see Biittersweet on your screen at the top left. She's going to be pushing that car side and potentially pushing over to their base to contest here.
Hey, my guy Will's going off right now. That was 4 straight kills, 2 perfects right there. So he's starting to heat up with the pistols. We wondered how the shots were going to look at the start of the Truth game. It looks like people's pistols are starting to warm up. We've seen perfects from Biittersweet, from Will. So these guys, even though it's early in the day, they're shooting pretty well.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because I feel like, you know, that first game of the day for anybody, whether it be the top team or a bottom seeded team, as I'm going to stop right there. We got a tie game right now. It's 1-1. Alpha Dog are going to put in another cap here out of nowhere, pulling it through P. That was a great job. But yeah, both these teams look really warmed up right now in this game. And as I said, it's the first game of the day. The jitters come through. None of these teams are showing jitters right now. This is an important tournament. These teams want to play for that top 4 in this open bracket so they can move on to tomorrow.
Yeah, a great flag run from Alpha Dog's going to tie this game up. But to your point, it's the send-off. This Halo 5's been out 6 years. These guys have been there, done that. They've put in so much practice, and it's great to see it starting to pay off. You can see how comfortable all of these players look right now. Nick Vegas, very comfortable getting the flag all the way to his pink before going down. If they're able to get a few kills here, this flag is going to get punched in. But Alpha Dog, you got all of No Ego to deal with, and 2 players are already on the return, and that's the return coming in, and now they're at risk of a counter cap.
Yeah, that's an overextension there. I was going to say a lot of these caps coming out of Alpha Dog seem to be, you know, overextended and not really too structured. They're able to find openings in some kills and some positioning. Great shots out of Mike Fathom, but now the counter cap comes through. That's going to be Biittersweet. She's got someone to deal with, but she's got a friend behind her. They pull the flag out to contest a little bit. This could be a little bit of a standoff here, but great job by No Ego kind of taking flag caps when they have structure instead of just kind of forcing them.
This flag gets punched in because of the plasma pistol and the work that we were just able to see Mike Fathom do with that plasma pistol, with the help of Redemption with camo, obviously. But we talk about Truth not having a lot of power weapons on it, only being pistol action. That plasma pistol, when put in the right hands, can be effective, and that's why we see No Ego up 2-1.
Yeah, honestly, plasma pistol, it could be considered a power up. And I mean, but yeah, it's such a big weapon to use, and taking control of it, it's hard to use too, to a certain extent. You know, I struggle with it myself. But Mike Fathom, he's going to go down here. Redemption gets a kill onto Vulcan there. Now, Mimsy just going to sit in this car pocket here in the bubble. This is a strong position right now, playing defense really well. All the players come back, all the teammates come back, and I don't really too much like this play because you see Barricade, he's getting kills on players that are returning, but he's causing a lot of attention, and that's allowing an Alpha Dog to take control of prime positions on the map, like you see Vulcan on P3 here.
Big kill right there. A good trade from his teammate. And they're going to look to get pink control. And ooh, good shots from Will once again. Perfect shots in the kill feed are going to trade kills out there. But trades right now, they all go in the favor of No Ego. There's 4 minutes left. You don't really start to pay attention to the clock until it's like under 2 minutes when you have the lead. But it's always good to know that that clock is consistently working in your favor.
And I'm going to highlight Barricade here. This man, he's playing phenomenal. You see, the kill feed is just highlighted with his name consistently, and he's always in a prime position. Like right now, has P2, gets a kill there. Mike Fathom doesn't know he's behind him, gets the double kill on the trade. That's going to be huge. Barricade playing phenomenal today.
I hate that he had to trade that kill though, because he potentially could have just created so much space for his team right there. Fortunately though, Nick Vegas able to get the camo. They had enough space in order to get this next camo. Now they've set themselves up for potentially what could be the flag tying game.
Yeah, 3 are down, though, for Alpha Dog. So now Nick Vegas' job right now is just to stay alive. You got to go for those 100% kills, right? You got to go for either the one-shot player or the nade player. You never want to take a 1v1 battle with Camo. He can really make something happen here with this. But Biittersweet, again, with the Camo eyes. Oh, my word. Takes out the Camo player, and now moving towards P to take control of this spot.
Yeah, the first time the Camo player gets the best of Biittersweet. Not this time around. That's a huge kill with 2 minutes and 53 seconds. There's only going to be one more camo in this game, and No Ego was able to withstand the storm that could have just happened with that camo play.
Mike Fathom lighting up a little bit here, ends up going down. That's going to be 3 dead once again for Alpha Dog. No Ego on the slay charts right now. They're doing a really good job of putting pressure here. Vulcan staying alive down bottom base. They're going to lift up for Biittersweet. She's doing a good job of just playing her life here, but she's got 2 players to deal with. Oh my word, look at the plays, the movement, doing a really good job just causing 2 players' attention to go towards her, and Nick Vegas has the flag in hand, so they got to look for, this is going to be a little bit of a standoff here.
They have our flag.
Nick Vegas is immediately going to get taken out, and that's a good job by No Ego to flush out their base, hop on that return before it gets too late. And with it, they're going to have a potential to run this flag pink. It does look like Fathom is going to be playing this a little bit slower, gets spotted out by the middle. Every one of his teammates just goes down, so he's just trying to buy time right now. There is a camo coming up shortly. You want to see No Ego compete for this one because you know Alpha Dog has the time.
And Redemption's in a really good spot to do so. There is someone below him, though, and that's Nick Vegas now pulling another flag. These scrappy flags have literally done so well for them. They're going to tie the game 2-2 with that one.
I mean, we literally just saw Nick Vegas die in the window with the flag in his hand. He must have immediately sprinted off spawn to go back for it. There's a battle for camo going on, and it looks like No Ego wasn't able to get the camo, but they were able to get the kills, knock that camo out of play. But I mean, what a play by Nick Vegas to get that flag in his hand so quickly, get it across pink, tie this game up before we go into overtime.
Yeah, we're approaching that 1 minute mark. These 1v1s, these pivotals are going to be huge here. Let's see if Nick Vegas can go back and be stealthy again. He got a stealth medal last flag cap, which means he wasn't shot once, and he's doing it once again. Look at him. He's holding the flag, trying to pull it through the car side, gets some great shots onto that player, Mike Fathom, and now they're going to get this return. So potentially, this is good plays, Wes, by Nick, right? But the fact is, they're overextending a little bit.
Yeah, that would have been an overextension. That was a recipe for disaster right there. If Redemption's able to get that flag a little bit farther across paint, you see how it's in a movable spot. They're able to get the touch, actually, so it could be that disaster I was speaking of. The flag going across pink 1. Vulcan forced to try and overextend. Does kill the flag carrier, but he's surrounded by 2 players, pink 1. If they slay out, this game's going to be over. Biittersweet, she's already got a kill to her name. She gets the flag into the window. The flag is currently out, but her teammates hop the return. She punches it in, and No Ego takes game 1, 3-2.
Wow, and that was exactly what I wanted to watch. Such a close game for our first match. Honestly, I figured it was going to be this way, and I'm glad we came up to two teams that are pretty evenly matched. Taking a look at the stats here, of course, you got the return. 3 returns by Biittersweet, 6 by Mimsy. My word. And look at that damage coming out of No Ego. Wow, what a great job by that team.
How do you have 6 returns? That's kind of an insane stat. I don't know if I've ever seen 6 returns in one game, but that's what happens when Nick Vegas is just continuously flanking your base, getting the touch, but it's not really amounting to anything, right? Like, you want to pull that flag after you get a kill or two, but we saw all of No Ego really just do a good job of not panicking in those situations where their flag is pulled and they weren't ready for it, and to slay out, get the kills, and then get the return. I mean, a beautiful job at the end for sure, because what we thought was going to be another sneak cap for Nick Vegas to take that game ended up being a reversal, right? No Ego was able to get the kills on the other side of the map, get a flag run of their own, get that into a contestable spot, and because of it, you saw a little bit of, to your point, that overextension story going on.
Yeah, I mean, that was the case, I think, a lot. But honestly, Alpha Dog, they got some of those to work. Some of those overextensions actually worked, and that one looked like it was going to work, but they just weren't able to get the slays. And that's the gamble you take, I guess. You've got to kind of time it perfectly. And Nick did a really good job of pulling flag and getting it through multiple times there. But game number 2 is going to be soon, going to be Slayer Coliseum. And I'm curious, I mean, of course, this goes with Halo history. Objective teams are not always good at Slayer. They're not always, you know, it kind of flip-flops. But these two teams seem really close in terms of slays. I mean, obviously, No Ego had an insane amount of damage in that last game, but just great plays overall. I think that camo play, you know, Biittersweet killing that camo player was a huge momentum shift in that game, and allowed them to kind of get control and then, you know, act on that counter cap. And you see the stats here, of course, once again. Accuracy, I mean, that's another factor to take into account. Redemption, look at him, 63% accuracy with 4,200 damage. Like, that's a huge stat. I mean, 14 KDA as well. Like, I love the KDA stat because you gotta take into account assists, right? I mean, I know, you know, slays are important, obviously, but, you know, when you're assisting your team and you're getting slays at the same time, it's good to have that kind of overall, you know, stat together. But as you can see, the series layout here, Slayer Coliseum is next, and I'm excited for this one because now, you had mentioned in the beginning, Wes, you know, these players didn't have power weapons. You know, they were just kind of warming up their pistols. Now we get into the power weapon side of things. So, like, who's going to dominate with the snipe? Who's going to take snipe control?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? You saw Alpha Dog get a majority of the camos, which makes me think that they're prioritizing things correctly. They just weren't able to, like, take over and create the plays that they needed to once they got those. I think it's a little bit easier when you have the snipe and the rockets rather than with camo at times.
Right.
So I expect them to kind of continue that storyline of being on top of their times and picking up snipes and being in the right spots for rockets. But that being said, maybe it was just a lack of prioritization from No Ego on the camo, and I don't expect that to be the case on a map like Coliseum Slayer, where the snipe and the rockets are the primary focus of everyone's objective.
Right, and completely visible too. Like, you know, you see the timers on them, which is definitely something that we've seen in this game, and I think first in Halo 5. But yeah, it's really easy to kind of track these weapons because, you know, like you said, they're a big prime target and they're also so visible. We're hopping into game number 2. Of course, No Ego take game number 1. Maybe my prediction comes through, guys. Maybe we get to a game number 5. We're gonna find out. We're hopping on board with Mike Fathom. He's gonna be pushing this rocket ramp. This could be huge here. The rockets, you only have 2 of them to work with, so let's see if he can make these some valuable rockets. He sees a player coming up his elbow. He's gonna take him out, get some shots. I like the switch to the pistol here. Doing a good job of staying alive. He's got 1 rocket to work with.
I like how he's repositioned himself towards the fountain. I want to see him go maybe towards the snipe lower and see if he can get a pick and open up the map for his team. But Mimsy's going to get that pick himself with the snipe. Going to try and be a little aggressive here. Repeats the same angle. Unfortunately, can't get the headshot on that player, but boom, headshot on the player that's pushing low. And that's a great 2 kills from Mimsy. I'd try to get the snipe back in his hands if he's able to respawn in a general area of that snipe, but Nick Vegas has other plans.
Yeah, Nick Vegas, I mean, he's good at objective, but is he good at sniping? Misses that first one. Going to do his best to stay alive. He's got 3 players in the cave here. I like the play to get that player one shot reposition like you had mentioned before. It's a big factor, I think. He's going to stay alive on the DMR side. Now, they're just applying pressure here. It looks like No Ego kind of stuck in a bad situation. He throws his stick, thought he had a second stick, throws the frag in his face, but ends up going down there. That's going to be 3 dead momentarily for Alpha Dog.
I like the first stick, but the second stick, I'm like, just shoot your gun, bro. But I mean, you at least did a little bit of damage. You got to kill yourself. So try to keep this game close, but No Ego already off to a 6-kill lead now as we see the score 13-8.
Yeah, and that's, I feel like, I honestly feel like Alpha Dog has had control of snipe this entire time, so No Ego playing off their back foot, able to get the slays, but as I say that, the pressure from Alpha Dog comes through, they're going to be able to get control of their base once again, and now they're going to push out. I mean, blue team is spawning on the opposite side. You got Biittersweet in front of you. He's going to get some shots. Oh, whiffs a couple. That's going to be bad. Hey, Shay comes back out with a confidence. My word, they're up by 3 kills.
Rockets did just spawn. Those 2 players both going down are going to leave Rockets wide open for the taking. Can Vulcan get up there and achieve these Rockets? Maybe get a push, maybe create the 3-kill deficit with his team. Nice shots by Vulcan, a little bit of help from Will, and that's going to be Rockets going in the hands of Alpha Dog here. Can he stay alive, though? Knocked to no shield, forced to hide behind the shield. Is he going to choose to try and burn any of these? He does get him towards his teammates, but nobody there to pick them up. We're going to hope that someone on Alpha Dog is able to make their way over there, but Will Mannion not really focusing and prioritizing those Rockets as he is the snipe side right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a communication issue. He tried to get the Rockets to his elbow, but unfortunately he was sprinting, and as he was sprinting, if you're sprinting and you're getting shot, you kind of stutter, like your body won't move, and that's what happened to him. He wasn't able to get very far. You see the snipe control coming out. Vulcan, there he is. The Rockets in hand right now. Snipe's coming up in 4 seconds as well. So this Alpha Dog team, they're trying to get control of Snipe, and they won.
I love this. Vulcan goes right back for those Rockets off spawn. He's going to use them to try and get this new snipe for his team. Gets the assist with the first rocket, gets a second assist, and now he's cleared out all of Snipe's side. He's allowed Nick Vegas to get this snipe. So that's what I'm saying. Alpha Dog doing a phenomenal job of being in the right position to get these power weapons, at least early on in this game.
Right, Nick Vegas unfortunately has a snipe. He's going to give that one up. Vulcan pushing aggressively here on the Biittersweet. Mimsy's going to go down. Their Redemption's going to go down. That's going to be 2 dead for No Ego. So Barricade trying to push his opportunity here. It's only a 1-kill game. Make that a tie game. So we got another close game here in Slayer Collie. The 1v1 versus Biittersweet. I like the confidence out of Sama. He had his teammate behind in cave, so he's just taking that fight because he knew it was going to get cleaned up either way.
And it's no coincidence that this game is now all of a sudden in Alpha Dog's favor. They got the Rockets, they got the snipe, and now all of a sudden that 5-kill lead that we saw No Ego jump out to early on, erased. Absolutely eliminated, and now a 3-kill lead for Alpha Dog, and a great job by Will Mannion to get a kill, stay alive, and create presence. And Blue Fountain Wise teammates spawning over at Red have another opportunity to flank.
Yeah, and constantly here, going to Snipe side, constantly trying to get this control of Snipe. You see Barricade on the bottom Snipe. He's got 3 players in the flag area, but he's got 2 of his teammates around him. So they're going to try to make a push on the Snipe side here, just playing aggressive. It looks like No Ego's kind of playing passive in this situation. It looks like Alpha Dog's taking every opportunity they can get. The shots come through. Redemption's going to go down. It's a little bit of a trade there, and now we kind of got an even split at this point. But 2-3 go down for No Ego. Some great kills. Nick with a BR in hand, he's going to go down. More trades. It's a back and forth, seems like, trade here for this snipe control.
Yeah, this game 33-30 couldn't really be much closer going into the late game portion of this. I'd love to see No Ego prioritize this next set of power weapons, because I fear if they don't, that this game could get ugly.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I mean, Will, he's just staying alive here. He's going to throw some nades towards elbow. He thinks that maybe someone is there. But again, these next power weapon waves are going to be what kind of change the tide and change the momentum. The beatdown from Mimsy. Great job to clean up him. We're on board with Biittersweet right now. And again, this player, she's great. She's been making the plays that need to happen. You constantly watch her and take control of, killing camo players, taking control of situations. Right now, playing aggressively here. Had snipe control, but decides to play on the cave side. But again, we still got a 1-kill game. 6 minutes remaining. 6 minutes and 25 seconds. And these teams, this is kind of one of those games. I don't know who's going to come out.
You see a push from Alpha Dog to Blue right there is going to clear out 3 members of No Ego 15 seconds before this sniping rockets come up. So they're going to have complete control of the sniper. Are they going to think that this last player alive is hiding bottom snipe right now? He's got the flank. He's got the kill. He takes down Vulcan. That's 2 straight kills for No Ego, and it's perfect timing because rocket snipe, they both came up.
Yeah, and you had mentioned how much of the game can be turned when you get those power weapons, right? You had mentioned that before. So maybe we see kind of a swing here determining who gets these power weapons. You see Redemption, he's going to be pushing this elbow here. Rockets look like they're still up. No one's really got control of those. I'm not sure who has snipe in hands, but on our screen, Redemption's pushing back players. He's going to get flanked from Nick Vegas there. The shots come through, and look who's got the snipe, the playmaker himself with objective. And apparently, we're going to find out if he can change the tide with power weapons too.
Barricade has the rockets. Nick Vegas has the snipe. There's absolutely no reason for Alpha Dog to lose this game here. Let's tie this series up, boys. We got the rocket on the player bottom side. That's 4 dead for No Ego. The power weapons stay true. Alpha Dog takes a 47-40 lead.
Oh, and that snipe on a Mike Fathom closing out the game in fashion is 2 kills, and he's got 2 players on elbow. Redemption goes down as well. He's going to clean up the second one. He misses a couple, but he gets the beat down. My word, what a great game there. We're tied 1-1.
My guy, Nick, he's feeling it right now. That is the play of a confident player jumping off catwalk, no scoping the player as he's running from elbow to flag. Can't hit the guy crouching in the corner, not moving, but the damage was done. Nick Vegas, 19-11. That's all she wrote for game 2. We tied this series up 1-1.
Look at Will Mannon, 15 assists. I love to see 15 assists, and something else I like to see is under 12 deaths in a Slayer. You got Vulcan and Will Mannon, under 12 deaths. Of course, accuracy a little bit low. Maybe that has a little bit to do with it, but still, putting shots in for his teammates. We got to highlight Nick Vegas. Look at him. A 9.0 KDA with 2,400 damage. Like, this guy, I was talking about him with flagpoles, the guy, sneaky beaver with those flagpoles, but he's also doing work in Slayer as well. And we're going to watch some replays here. Let's see, kind of the highlights of the game. We got a great replay system here at LVT, and we're showcasing that right now. Look at the snipe there. I want to watch that one more time. Get back there. I want to watch that snipe one more time. I want to watch it in slow motion because it's an angle snipe, right? He's coming up the ramp, goes to the right, boom. And then he's going to push these 2 players with confidence. Nick Vegas playing just incredible Halo today.
You would think this is Frosty with someone just even attempting this play off the little diving board front window here. I mean, the confidence is shining through. This is a charge because we can't lose moment.
Oh, I love that.
And Nick Vegas just embracing the moment, completely ripping Redemption's head off. And if you're Redemption there, you're like, what in the world is going on? But Nick Vegas has everything calculated, apparently.
Yeah, and again, to your point, just to kind of harp on it a little more, just to let you guys know, again, we see the series layout on screen. We're going to Rig Strongholds for game number 3, another objective game. So, maybe No Ego kind of do better in that. I mean, it was still a close game either way, so I think these teams are as even matched as we're going to get, like I said in the beginning there. But Rig Strongholds coming up first. But I want to make another point here, because on Rig Strongholds, we got power weapons, Wes, and we got, the camo. So we got 2 things to kind of worry about here. Both teams, I see Alpha Dog apparently really good at holding power up and control, and then No Ego on Truth doing a really good job of holding the camo. So, it's kind of going to be an even match, but I think camo kind of wins out when it comes to Rig Strongholds.
Yeah, it's camo, it's railgun, it's scattershot. Controlling these things can really change the tide of the game. And as we saw in Coliseum Slayer, when rockets and snipe went in the hands of one team, we saw that team completely take over at the end of the game. That was the biggest worry for me for No Ego. They don't seem that they're prioritizing these power weapons correctly. If they continue to do that, this series is going to be very difficult for them. Camo and railgun are such powerful weapons when put in the right hands, and Nick Vegas looks like his hands are hot right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you saw the sniper on screen there, but we're actually going to be dealing with the railgun and, of course, scatter shot. I kind of want to see, you know, who's going to really take advantage of the scatter shot respawn system. When, you know, you drop it, if you have it in control, it's 60 seconds from when it has no ammo to you know, to respawn. But unfortunately, going down for the camo there, going to go down. Barricade trying to play a little bit aggressive here. Doesn't grab the camo either. This camo's slippery. Someone put some oil on it or something. He's finally going to get it a little bit late at 37. And now he's going to be pushing this nest side.
He's got camo rail. He's got a player on him catwalking. There's a player already in nest. Doesn't get ninja, thank God. Camo rail, you don't want to end up having that happen to you. There's a player he's got to deal with bottom all, and unfortunately he's going to lose his life, so no damage really done with that camo rail. That's a good job by No Ego to eliminate that off the map. Make sure he doesn't take over, because that could have been a recipe of disaster that we already saw in game 2 happen very quickly in game 3 again.
And we see the nade hit markers there. Vulcan's going to get that kill on Mike Fathom, and it looks like No Ego having a really rough start here. 3 go down once again, and you see Vulcan with the scatter shot in hand. This weapon, when banked off walls or the ground or the ceiling, could be really deadly, and he's pushing this engine too with the confidence of a master. He's going to go down, though, and now Will Manning has the railgun as well, so just power weapons in the hands of Alpha Dog right now.
Trades come through though. 2 dead for Alpha Dog, so No Ego able to get nest control. It looks like they're going to lose BR, but if they're able to rotate towards basement, I kind of love this exchange for them. This gives them a first opportunity to kind of get some points on the board, but they try to push back towards BR base, and I'm not sure if this is the correct push or not.
Yeah, Mimsy just kind of playing slow here. They're going to look for this basement control now. They've got to take care of this player on the catwalk above. Mimsy doing a good job of playing his life. He's going to end up going down there. That's going to be 3 dead. They put a lot of resources towards basement, but all those resources are now gone, and now they're getting that bunker spawn, and they've got to kind of push back again. Alpha Dog doing a good job of holding these 2 points.
Yeah, camo coming up as well. It's a little bit delayed because of the nonsense we witnessed the first time around, so potentially somebody can secure it. You see Alpha Dog trying to position themselves for it. Mike Fathom going to try and jump on it. He had the time, but no one's home. And right now, Biittersweet, it's her job to deny this camo. Is she going to suspect that second player from basement? No, she's going to go for it herself. She grabs the camo, she thrusts away, but she can't get out of dodge. And with that, camo gets burned, and Alpha Dog still scoring 29-30 now to 5.
Yeah, those camo, like, Wes, so you see so much scrappiness going on for those camos. Like, they just can't take control of them. Like, going for them, you with no shields, you know, putting yourself in a position. Obviously, that camo is going to be a focus. You can't push like that with no shields and expect not to get shot. The entire 2 teams are going to be looking to get control of that.
Oh my God!
He gets ninja'd. Unfortunately, had to scatter and wasn't able to make anything happen of it.
He gets caught in 4K, and with that, redemption opens up what potentially could be a game-changing play. The ninja for the double kill right there is a huge momentum swing, not to mention a boost for confidence for his team if they were able to truly understand what that means. But right now, Biittersweet needs help in nest, getting secure of a stronghold, because even though he just got a double, nothing was gained off of that. And continuously, we see Alpha Dog with 2 strongholds in their name. They're going to be continuing to score, and another ninja happens. Vulcan gets redemption back. He says, "You ninja my teammate, I'm going to get you back." And back-to-back ninjas within a minute span. Everyone starting to lose control.
Wow, I've never seen 2 ninjas that close in a game in my life, and I've just seen it now on the send-off. You know, thank you, Sentinels, appreciate it. Mike Fathom staying alive here on the carbine side. He's got a 1v1 situation, but he's going to get taken out. Nick Vegas with another big play that's going to secure them nest. This could potentially be a triple cap momentarily here, but unfortunately, I mean, Alpha Dog doing a good job of getting another cap here on the basement side. Sorry, that's No Ego getting a cap on the basement side. Railgun is up, so let's see who's able to take control of this. Going for the railgun again while you're no shields. Wes, I just feel like that's a bad play.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Like, you feel so pressed to make a play right now, and unfortunately you're not able to. Like, you're already down 15 to 24, so the pressure's starting to build. You lost all the momentum you built from game one, you're trying to figure out a way to gain it. But I mean, taking your time and having some patience is so key. And we're seeing right now that some of these players need to take a deep breath and get back to the focus of the patient game.
I love that point, because I feel like mental stability is so important, especially like you said, coming off that game one on a real big high, you know, and then kind of just flowing down like in a downward trend. You know, Alpha Dog coming through really strong, and they're coming through really strong in this game. They have to collect themselves. Biittersweet is going to be the one to do that on your screen right now. She's going to try and go for this basement here. Gets a kill. Now this opens up the opportunity. She's got a spawner as well and a scatter side barrel. So now they're both going to push here and try to get this Whitehall control.
The issue is they lost the other stronghold that they currently had. So now continuously Alpha Dog able to out-rotate No Ego. I think it's part of that objective awareness that we need to see No Ego pick up in order to create some success in these objective game types. 31 to 67. They're hopping into Nest now. If they're able to get a few kills here, they're going to have Nest and Basement, and they can start to chip away at this lead.
That's something I haven't seen in a while. Biittersweet just got a capture spree, so that's going to be 5 caps. I mean, that's a great job by Biittersweet, just constantly trying to rotate. I mean, like you had mentioned, rotations are important. Trying to get No Ego back on the board here. They're starting to gain some points, but it looks like Alpha Dog once again on that Nest spawn, and like you said, they're out-rotating No Ego in every situation here.
Narrowly misses the railgun shot. Mike Fathom gets taken out, and with that, that's 3 dead for No Ego. Once again, Nest gets converted back to Alpha Dog's favor, and they continue to build the lead that they've already got themselves. The issue that you see with Biittersweet getting that capture spree is that they're just rotating against wherever she's going. So although she's capturing strongholds, it's like you're giving up one every time you're getting one, so there's no real momentum being built. There's no scoring going in your favor right there.
Right, I agree. I like that play there by someone on Alpha Dog. He was sitting back, waiting for his teammate, was not capturing the base right away. Mimsy's going to get a big kill there. They're going to secure this base, but like you said, though, they've got to rotate towards BR base and Nest. I think Nest would be the more important part. You see Nest is half captured right now, and Mimsy just trying to play for, play for this kill on the Whitehall here. Almost gets the assassination, not going to connect, gets the beat down anyway. And you see it's 41 to 85 at the bottom right hand of your screen. I mean, this is really looking in Alpha Dog's favor, but I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here for No Ego.
All right, 2 kills go for Mimsy with this camo. This could be where we see No Ego turn this game around. I love this spot for him right now. Camo is about to run out, but great positioning right now. But you see, thanks to the observer mode, all of Alpha Dog actually making their way towards basement, and we need to see the kills from No Ego come through here.
Yeah, that's the resources being pushed towards one base, and that's unfortunately going to be 3 dead for Alpha Dog. So great job by No Ego defending on that very important battle on the front lines of basement, and now they're able to kind of contest the Alpha Dog players coming from the back side of the spawn there. Whitehall is going to be pushed from Chris. They're going to be 2 players pushing on the barrel side again. Wes, they're doing the same play once again. They're pushing through barrels, and they're going to try to get this basement.
Yeah, I worry though. Nick Vegas does have this railgun. He's gonna lose it to Biittersweet. That's a great job by Biittersweet to make sure they get that power weapon out of there. Camo will be coming up here shortly. Vulcan trying to pressure Nest, and this is a huge one-on-one towards Nest, but Barricade actually interrupts it. He's gonna have his teammates help, and Vulcan, Barricade, they're both gonna hop into Nest, and with that, No Ego gonna lose control of the 2 strongholds. They have to make action fast.
Your team scoring.
Vulcan here. Now they're going to be pushing towards basement. He's got his teammate with him as well. That's Manning. Halfway to cap right now. Of course, that new camo is in play, I believe, unless it's really late. Great shots by Vulcan. Now going to be pushing towards that scatter shot side. Nick Vegas taking control of this camo. There it is, a really late camo. He almost falls off the map, but he's going to grab it anyway. This might be... Oh, great job staying alive. He could get some value out of this camo and take Alpha Dog to the win here with only 3 points remaining.
Yeah, all he needs to do is contest this basement. I love this play by him. He's not even going to try and kill these players. He's just going to cheekily sit in a little edge behind this straight, win his team the game. And Alpha Dog, even though they lost game 1 in very close fashion, they take the next 2 and really put the pressure on No Ego.
I mean, right now we got Oddball Fissure coming up next. These teams are so I love that play at the end there, by the way. That's such high IQ to just sit in that little box corner, contest. You know you've only got 3 points. They were halfway to cap that. They would have gotten it. They would have maybe potentially got more points out of it. But Alpha Dog was on top of everything in that game. They were on top of the rotations, Wes. And I want to point out, like, in that first game, we had scrappy play out of Alpha Dogs, correct? We had the scrappy flag caps. I think scrappiness kind of favors Strongholds rig in a sense. You know, you're rotating around the map. You're just kind of getting caps. You die, you go for another cap. They were all over the place, and they were taking control.
It was really those rotations that they were able to capitalize on, right? Every time it felt like No Ego was going to gain a stronghold, they were also going to lose a stronghold across the map. Their resources weren't split correctly. They weren't getting the slays they needed. Will Mannion having a huge game 3 really does a ton of slaying for his team. We witnessed so many ninjas. Will Mannion, unfortunately, even though you top slayed in the game, you did get ninjas right there, I'm not gonna lie. But your teammate has your back, and right here we see Vulcan do the same to Redemption, and with that, no harm, no foul. The ninjas equal out, and it's like they never happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun here in slow motion because it kind of like looks like he's like, what happened? Ends up going down. But yeah, Alpha Dog, again, doing a really good job of the rotations. All the players playing well. I don't expect, I'm sorry, I don't expect No Ego to lose this next game. I don't know how strong they are on Oddball Fissure. And again, it's kind of, Oddball's kind of another, you know, rotation map. Oddball is kind of another rotation game type. They're able to kind of move throughout, you know, kill, get them on spawn, move over to the other side, to their base. I mean, we're going to see more rotations in this next game. Let's see if Alpha Dog can continue their objective prowess.
It'll be interesting. Ever since we've seen really the momentum in the middle of game 2 shift towards Alpha Dog,
yeah,
no Ego's really been put on their back foot, and they haven't looked good since. You want to see them get a little bit of control. They had so much control and had so much dominance of the map in game 1. They have to get back to the bread and butter and the confidence level if they want to take this to a game 5.
Yeah, and Wes, like to your point before, again, that momentum, you know, after that Truth CTF game, you got to be able to bring that into the next game. You know that. I mean, you're a champion. You know what it takes to kind of recenter yourself and bring yourself to the next game after you win one. And Alpha Dog has done a great job of that. They're carrying their momentum. They've got to be able to stop this. No Ego has to be able to stop this right now, not just because it would bring them to a game 5, but because they would make me correct and my prediction correct. And that's all I care about. So we're getting into this next game right now. It's going to be Oddball Fissure. And I'm excited. I mean, we've got an OS down bottom. Again, who's going to take control of that off the rip here? I'm expecting Biittersweet. I want to see Biittersweet play for the females here. I want to see her come through and completely dominate this game. I want to see her do it right now because this is it. I mean, they've got a loser's bracket to go into, obviously, but this is where you kind of build some momentum for the tournament right now. Momentum is the game. Mental is the game.
You build some momentum. Confidence, for sure.
Exactly.
So, on the bright side, if you're a No Ego fan, Truth and Fissure, very similar. They're symmetrical base. They don't have any power weapons. So if anything like game 1, we could see a lot of success come through here for No Ego, take this to a game 5. But we're going to see if Alpha Dog have any signs of slowing down from these past 2 games.
And it looks like they don't. I mean, they just got one dead. They got control of OS, I'm sorry. And now they're pushing the spawns. Look at the aggression, the confidence coming out of this Alpha Dog squad. They want to close this game out right now, and they're showing that with 3 dead for No Ego.
Well, Mannion unfortunately can't get the triple. Can he find the ball, though? Does look like his teammates were able to pick that up. Huge kills on the OS pickup from the Will on screen here, and they're going to get a few more kills to start to really build this lead, and this could get ugly quick if you're a No Ego fan right now, because it does not look like Alpha Dog's going to create those openings. You want to see Will stay alive in that situation, but they're already up 30 points. They're doing a phenomenal job of extending this lead here in the first minute.
Great job there by Barricade to play that ball. He knew he was in a situation where, you know, he's in a prime spot to get killed from multiple angles, plays the ball, and now the fight for the ball up top is going to happen. Biittersweet with some good eyes here. Got a good angle on the ball, got a good angle on a couple players, gets one down to no shields, cannot clean it up. Will Mannion, another perfect, and on board we have the man of the hour, Nick Vegas, puts some shots in, gets one, beats down a little early, but he's got his teammate there to help him. That's going to be Will, and they're going to continue to get ball time here. Wes, we're at 40-0 right now.
Yeah, you're seeing Alpha Dog's teamwork really start to pick up. But these fights, they're not one-on-ones typically. They're angles where Alpha Dog has the advantage at all times. You see this player trying to get shots top mid, but Nick Vegas is right there to get some shots, not only into him, but the next player that Will Mannion trades with. And you're just seeing so much teamwork out of Alpha Dog. They're rolling in confidence. It's shining through their gameplay. And right now, the score reflects it.
It does. 66-0 right now. Nick Vegas a little too over aggressive there. It looks like his teammate was trying to help him, but a little bit late. That's Mimsy gets the kill there at the end, and now they're gonna fight for this overshield. Yes, again, Vulcan with the OS in hands, and he's got a tack bag too, so he's gonna be able to put damage way across the map with this thing.
I mean, if you're No Ego, you have to be getting these overshields, but no, it's Alpha Dog on top of every power-up throughout the series. 3 dead for No Ego as Vulcan tries to find the 4th. He knows where he is. He's smelling him out. He's going to hard push him, but not before Barricade takes him out. The ball is top middle, however, so no points being scored right now, but the map control that Alpha Dog currently has is unbelievable.
It is, and Vulcan holding this spot up here. I like the cutting off the angles on the left side. There's 2 players there, but now he's going to play aggressive. He's got 2 in front of him. He's going to try to get the beat down, but ends up getting taken out. This is an opportunity possibly for No Ego to get some time here. There's 3 dead. Make that 2 for Alpha Dog.
Yeah, that was 3 for a second. Are they able to get the ball secured to her base? It's so difficult on a map like Fisher where the ball spawns out in the open top middle. Looks like they were able to do that. Biittersweet's going to have an opportunity for a flank there, but she needs to do it quickly because the ball carrier, he's already got pressured. And Barricade able to get that quick kill, keep the ball on the map, pick it up, and any points that we saw No Ego just get from that 3 dead and get the ball to the base is immediately erased, and Alpha Dog comfortably sits with another setup.
And some good shots by Biittersweet, though. We just got to see that by multiple players on the team. I know Mimsy can pop off. I know Fathom can. They've got to do it together, but unfortunately, Nick Vegas is going to get that kill under Redemption. Continues to get ball time here. We're approaching or extending over that 100-second mark. Goes for the beatdown with the ball. Cannot clean it up, but he's got Vulcan there to help him out. And like you said before, Wes, I want to hop on all your points because they're real good. I mean, it's a complete teamwork out of Alpha Dog. I mean, right there, he had the ball. He didn't beat down to go for 2 beatdowns with the ball. He beat down because he knew Vulcan was behind him. Vulcan just reacted a little slower, but I mean, great job out of all these, both these teams. Unfortunately, we're going to have a little bit of a disconnect here, but we'll get back to the game as quickly as possible. But again, both of these teams are really, really equal in terms of the first 3 games, I would say, maybe the first 2. But, you know, these next 2, these previous games that we've just watched, Alpha Dog, they're taking over.
Yeah, it looks like Alpha Dog, once they've had that confidence, they haven't looked back, and I'm really worried for No Ego. That game was getting ugly. There is some technical difficulties happening for game 4, but if it continued the way it was going, Alpha Dog was going to take that one fairly handedly. You saw some signs of life from No Ego, but without the correct setups, without any focus on overshield at all, it was only going to continue to go in the favor of Alpha Dog. So maybe this reset is an opportunity for No Ego to take a deep breath, get the situation under control, reprioritize some things. But as of right now, Alpha Dog, they're in the driver's seat and they're not looking back.
Yeah, I mean, like you had said, that momentum was just going and going and going. And unfortunately, we do have disconnects that happen in every game in esports, and Halo 5 is no different. But we'll get back into the game as soon as possible here. This is, of course, game number 4. If somehow Ego can take this game, we will go to a game 5, and I will be correct. But as of right now, it's looking like I'm a little bit wrong. I mean, tons of players from out. I mean, Vulcan's popping off, and the teamwork has really evolved as we've kind of watched that game go on. It's really kind of just they got better. They warmed up, and we watched it. I mean, that first game, they were really, really scrappy. You saw they were just kind of going for flag caps. They weren't able to get slays. And they warmed up as time went on. But I do want to talk about, I mean, this is the open bracket of the Sentinels send off, of course. And you got 4 teams that are going to make it. And I'm going to tell you, I kind of want to go over my 4 teams that I have kind of making it through here. My prediction, we've got a long term ahead of us. And of course, we're very focused on Alpha Dog and No Ego. But I mean, for my prediction personally, I think Flyers are going to win this open here. They're going to be in first. I mean, that team is just absolutely incredible. So I got Flyers for taking the first place spot, KCP with number 2, Team Force with number 3, and then Falling Esports at number 4. And I think that's my prediction of the teams that are kind of going to make it through to the championship bracket tomorrow. Of course, we've got, you know, those great teams in there already. We've got Sentinels, Cloud9, Envy, and Inconceivable. They're all waiting. They're all kind of watching along. They're watching right now, and they're seeing, you know, who are we going to have for competition tomorrow. They're probably saying we don't have competition because we're the best, but you know, they're looking at these teams and they're kind of waiting in for tomorrow. Wes, who do you got going? You know, you're maybe top 2 or top 4, whatever you want to do. Who do you got going to the championship bracket tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm only going to guarantee 2 of the teams that get through tomorrow, and that's going to be Flyers and KCP. I don't think there's any way that both those 2 teams aren't playing tomorrow. Those 2 teams are strong, and they've been putting in a lot of work. And for some of the teams that are waiting in the looms tomorrow, like they are very aware that KCP and Flyers will be there against them. So it'll be interesting to see what those matchups look like. I'll be interested also to see how Flyers and KCP look today. KCP, having struggled probably the past couple months, hasn't shown me their A game in a while. I'll be interested to see if they can bring that back, because if KCP can bring their A game, this tournament could be really, really fun, especially on Sunday.
I agree 100%. I mean, KCP, you got Drug, Talig, Soul Snipe, and Manny. I mean, these guys, they have done great things in the past. But like you said, very, very quiet these past few months and these past few seasons. I really want to see them come through today. I want to see what they've got, because this is the send-off, Wes. This is it. This is for all the cookies. This is the last Halo 5 tournament that we're going to see, I believe, okay, potentially. And Infinite's coming up next, okay? There's some big opportunities there for some of these players. This is a big deal for a lot of guys, especially in the open scene. And you know, we're highlighting the 4, you know, for my predictions, but you've got plenty of other teams as well. You've got Reclamation. They're great as well. So many different squads that are just, you know, primed and ready for today. They've got to show through, because this is not just for Halo 5. This is for everything, okay? Alpha Dog did win game number 4. I just got word in my ear. So that means Alpha Dog is going to be moving on, of course, to winners bracket round number 2. And No Ego, they're going to have another chance there in the losers bracket. So we'll definitely find out. You'll keep an eye on No Ego. I really like that squad, honestly. You know, I want them to do well, especially, you know, a big fan of Biittersweet, and Mimsy was playing really well in those series as well. But unfortunately, they didn't make it through, and they're going to go into the losers bracket. But it's good that we have a losers bracket. All game